Hey, good morning. Hopefully you guys can hear me good. A little bit late today. I was actually outside trying to fix the roof. We had some major wind, and we got one tree got dropped. So the dog, how are you? I hope you guys can hear me. Good morning, Maurice. T again, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Sounding perfect. Okay, that's awesome. That's good to hear. Man. We'll go outside here in a bit. Right now I just have my phone on the charge still. Wait until it reaches 100%. So for some reason I had it plugged in, but it didn't charge good. So I hope you guys are doing good and having a good Sunday so far. So anything you guys want to cover, you want me to cover, we can do like a quick Q&A and go a little bit more in details on certain things. My mom had many strokes in the past and now has been on statin. Is it safe for her to get off it? It's not whether to get off statins or not, if it is safe or not. The idea is you have to understand why strokes are happening. That's the first thing. And you have to fine tune the diet. If you're not fine tuning the diet, the lifestyle, the environment, you're not going to be able to get off medications without understanding what's happening behind the scene. Because if you get off the medications, you can actually cause some major issues, possibly. So prior of doing that, we'll have to kind of dig a little bit deeper, find out the root cause, how's her biomarkers are, how's her lifestyle, her diet. Then we can wean off the medications. That's the smart way of doing it, because if you just get off the medications blindly, we could cause another stroke or another issue. So if you want to kind of dig a little bit more deeper into that, then I can give you a protocol and we can actually walk you through it. Now, if the doctor wants to put her on Rapatha, it's not about taking Rapatha, it's whether she actually has the genetic for heart disease, and the genetic could be lipoprotein small a. If she has that, obviously her nitric oxide is being uncoupled. So if the nitric oxide is being uncoupled, we have to actually dig into that a little bit more before you actually take more medications or even take Rapatha. Hi, Maurice. Do you experience the midnight sun where you're at? No, but what happened is for the past 4 days, it's been bright here at night. So I don't know if that's the same thing. Like the moon is out and it's like bright. You can't even sleep. So I've been having a hard time for the past 3-4 days. Even thought I have the blinds and everything. but it's very, very bright. And usually we get this at least throughout the season, maybe 2-3 times throughout the week, but it's been like that for 4 days straight. And we had massive wind this morning. We have one tree that fell about 5 feet away from my fence this morning. Few damages around the property here from the trees and the chicken coop. The metal roofing got bent a little bit. I'll have to fix it. Happy Sunday, Travis. How are you? Are you doing well, my friend? I'm trying, David. I hope you're doing good yourself. Football legend. That's a lot of highs. How are you? What's going on? So I think what was it? T. When you're asking me about your mom, probably best for you to book a time. We can talk about it a little bit more in details, and we can cover a lot of valuable information that way. And we can actually get you set up on a proper protocol for your mom. So let me know. Hey Sandra, happy Sunday to you too. I hope you're doing good. I hope everybody that from school that is joining us, you guys are all doing good. I will be responding to everybody today, trying to catch up with a lot of the questions. I still have 2 more protocols to finish. Once I'm done the protocols, then I can actually respond to everybody. So today is supposed to be a Sunday where it's my day off, but I have to finish some stuff for you guys. Olive Tree, good morning. Early bird. I think they changed the timing today. So I woke up, I'm like, wow, it's already 6 o'clock. Usually I'm up every day at 5. So I didn't even know till like recently. Hey, how are you? Amy La Kumara. I'm doing good. How are you? I do apologize if I'm not getting you guys' username correctly. What can vitamin C supplement assist with on Carnivore? You technically don't need it. And if you're gonna take some vitamin C, you need like a very small amount of it, like maybe 100 milligrams. Because keep in mind, there's no glucose that is gonna actually conflict with vitamin C uptake, right? So you don't need a whole lot. 4 tries. The 5th try, I got Carnivore right. No headaches, no side effects, just bliss. That's awesome. That is amazing. And yes, when you are fully on a carnivore and you actually do it right, you feel grounded, you feel simplified, you feel great overall. And that's what counts more than anything else. Now it's starting to rain again. It's not supposed to rain. It's supposed to get the sun. It's been raining all night. Thanks, Maurice. I would love to. However, she is set in her ways. I've been trying to change her diet for years. I really appreciate your knowledge. I can probably help you with that in the protocol. Even though if she's getting Rapatha right now, I think Rapatha they only done once a month as a needle intake. But the problem is we have to actually figure out whether she has the lipoprotein small a genetic or not. If she does, that's why they're actually forcing Rapatha. But if they're just forcing Rapatha just for the hell of it without having the high lipoprotein small a, then I would not do it, right? It's not going to harm if she's only doing just one time. How do you know, Mr. Smart Guy? How do you know? I don't know what you're trying to say. Thanks. Also, good morning, Maurice from Melbourne, Australia. I hope you guys are doing good in Australia. I don't know how the weather is like. Is it starting to get cooler now? Yesterday was my first full carnivore day. Supplements, taurine and magnesium, glycinate with evening meal. Perfect. Results. Slept 4 hours straight. I usually wake up every 2 hours. No big win for a big win for me. That is a big win. That is amazing. I'm glad to hear that, Travis. And it's funny. Once we actually start to focus on our right food, not giving the body too many varieties, finally the body can actually start to settle and becomes grounded. And that's the whole idea. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. That's an amazing win to you. And I'm glad everything is working out. Continue at it. Good morning, Maurice. United States changed the time zone today back to standard clocks. We're moved backwards 1 hour in early November. US is now back on standard time zone. Yeah, I think the time changed for us today too. They're supposed to be canceling that here for BC, but I guess they haven't. I don't even. The problem is they haven't set an alarm for the past 12, 13 years. So I just wake up when I wake up. I hope I can wake up and be on time for school on Tuesday morning for the live class for you guys. We had some cold nights recently, still holding out with warmish days, and now thankfully, but we are going to freeze like hell soon. It is going to actually get quite cold for the next week. Snow, rain, and it's going to be a minus temperature for the next week. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's not so bad. Probably same for you guys as well. CB Genesis. Are growing sheets of grounding mat for your bed with you take to use? What might take to use? I've used them. I haven't, to be honest with you guys, when I first started using them, they were working amazing. After I did the first wash on them, for the first 2 weeks I've had them, of course, everybody got to wash the freaking sheets, right? And the guy said, oh, you don't have to wash them or anything. The moment I washed them the first time, either the silver material breaks or something happens, they stopped working. So I'm not a huge fan. There is a new company coming out. They're going to actually just focus on a grounding sheets. So hopefully they come up with some really good products. Liliani to Travis, congrats. Wishing you the best in the upcoming days and may the days turn into months from your school classmates. Cheers. That's to Travis. Oh, it's gonna be years, Travis. Welcome to the group. It's been 12 years for me, so continue at it. I'm guessing your answer may be no, but have you ever had a cold or been sick since you lived there? No, I hasn't. I haven't been sick for almost more than 32 years, other than the incident that I had. But as long as you're living in such a environment as I am, it's very rarely that you'll get sick. Also, I looked into that beef tongue dish. It looks super tasty, good macros. I'm actually gonna be traveling for 2 hours on Wednesday morning to a farm, and I'll be picking up some beef tongues. Hopefully, she has some for me. I got some liver. I got about 200 pounds of meat as well. So here I found a local place, and I'm gonna be picking some up. So looking forward to it on Wednesday. When I get the products, I'll let you guys see it. We'll see. Hopefully, it's good quality. Your school and Substack are incredible. Value what you teach. No doctors even know you have helped us tremendously, and you're the only one we trust. Thank you, Anne, for putting that out there. I really appreciate you. And thanks for being part of the school and part of the Substack. So yeah, guys, if you definitely want more valuable information and break things in specific, we do have a lot of students right now that are within the live chat, are part of the group, and you guys will see a huge difference. How's Duke and your chickens? Duke is good. He's just sitting outside. We'll go outside in a minute. I'm just waiting for my phone to finish charging. The chickens are doing good. I got 5 eggs today. We already collected them. What about a grounding mat for under the mattress? I've tested some. Not all of them are good. I can send you one of the company that I've tested that actually it was not bad. I think we are being overcharged heavily, high amount on a lot of these mat, like a grounding mats under the sheets or grounding mats and stuff. They gotta be a way. I'm gonna look into it a little bit more in depth. Where are you at? Where am I from? And I'm in Canada. How can I get out the plaque? Please book a time. We can talk about it. It's not something simple. And if anybody trying to tell you, oh, it's simple to remove plaque, just take this one supplement. There's no such thing as one supplement. When people are pushing supplement, they're pushing more affiliate money off you. It's not about the affiliate money. If your lifestyle sucks, to be honest with you, you're never going to be able to fix the issue. Your lifestyle plays a huge role. Your sleep plays a massive role. You have 4 levers to worry about, and if none of the levers are actually working to your favor, you're never going to be able to remove plaque from your arteries. Okay, there's soft plaque, you have calcification. Once it's calcified, that's it. Think of it as hydroxyapatite. It just hardens like a rock. But you want to remove the plaque, the soft plaque. There is ways you can do it, but your lifestyle has to be changed, has to be adjusted. The environment plays a huge role as well too. So it's not about taking medication, it's not about taking supplementation. If I'm just going to give you a list of supplementation, I'm no better than a freaking doctor giving you medications. You're not medically deficient, you're not supplement deficient. You're just not eating the right food at the right timing. So that's going to be your priority, is your intake of food more than anything. Then you have to kind of control your oxidative stress. Why do doctors say no to protein and fats for someone who has pancreatic cancer? Because they're not taught on nutrition. They have no clue. Because there's no medication for pancreatic cancer to actually fix the root cause, so they have to blame it on something. So they blame it on protein and fat, with being clueless. So it's not about what do you call it? Removing protein and fat from your diet. It's how to actually get proper enzymes to continue breaking down your protein and fats correctly. If you're always going to listen to the doctor, you're always going to be going and treating the symptom, but you're never going to be fixing your root cause. And the only reason is some doctors will say no fat because they want to limit the burden on your pancreas, because pancreas releases lipase to break down the fat. But you can actually take digestive enzyme, exogenous digestive enzymes, to help you break down the food correctly. Clueless, better word than I'd use. 100% clueless. I 100% agree with you on that. Good morning, Maurice and Duke. Got a late start. Looking forward to this chat. We just started, actually. We've only been here about 19 minutes. I started late because I was outside trying to fix a few damages from the heavy wind we had, from the tree falling, bending slightly on my roof and everything, but we got all that figured out. And that's why I'm a little bit late, and it's freaking hot in here now because of the wood stove is like fully blasted. Beautiful morning today for sun and grounding. Been priming with Vancouver flakes, sea salt, and magnesium malate. Doing awesome. That's excellent. That's awesome. I'm glad I can hear that, and you're doing great for yourself. I haven't got any sun yet. It's raining right now. We'll go outside here in a few minutes to see how the weather is doing. Where are you from? I'm in Canada right now. I'm in Canada. And let's see. I'm gonna check the phone to see where we at for charging, because it's 85%. I want to go outside with you guys, but we have to wait till the phone charges. Are you a doctor? No, I learned all the stuff from TikTok. You watch like 100 videos every day, you pick up on 1 or 2 things, and you just do a nice little Q&A, and you try to help people. It's that simple. You don't have to be a doctor to know all this stuff. Does that answer your question? And if I tell you I am a doctor, how would you respond to that? Would you say, okay, now I can sit and listen to this guy? Or Or where is that going to change? I'm just curious. I am from India. Okay. Maurice possesses more knowledge than any doctor. Thank you, Liliani, for putting that out there. I appreciate you. So if you have any questions from India, physics, SNC, go for it, ask. I don't trust you if you're not a doctor. Okay, that's good. Don't trust me then. You don't have to be listening to the live if you don't trust me being a doctor, let's say. So let me ask you this. An average doctor, they go to school and they get their PhD or whatever, 8, 12 years, yet they come out with only, I don't know, 16 hours of nutritional background. That's it, 16 hours. And yet, when you go see a doctor and you tell him, "Hey, doctor, I have stomach pain," or "Hey, doctor, my eyes are like going blurry," or whatever it is, what do they do other than you walk out with probably about 2 or 3 different medications? I think they're the best salespeople ever. They go to school for eight years. They come out being an incredible salespeople that they can actually pitch anything within under 7 minutes, and you walk out with like $100 bill of medication. Let me tell you something. You're not medically deficient. You are what you ate. So you either eating to feed a disease or you're eating to heal one. So the question is, what the hell you're eating that you're causing yourself to be sick? So if you're never going to question that as your first priority, then you're as clueless as a freaking doctor. As simple as I can put it. Marek, how are you? I haven't seen you for a while. I hope you're doing good. Family's doing good and healthy. Depends on the local standard procedure. Depends on the procedure, yes. But 99% of the time, you walk out with a bag full of medications, and one medication will lead to another medication. Yeah, they are trained to kind of supplement you with medications. That's all it is. Will they ever fix the root cause? They're never gonna fix the root cause because they want you as a lifelong patient, where you can keep paying them a monthly paycheck. 100%. I feel you're more knowledge than half the doctors out there. Trust. Need to open your mind and listen. Research. 100%. Hopefully soon we will share carnivore doctors available worldwide. In the meantime, we educate ourselves and each other. Yeah, there is a small hand picked individuals that are starting to kind of go into the carnivore and into the lifestyle more than medications, which is excellent. I like to see more, but I think it's going to be another 20, 30 years before we see a large group actually do the switch. But a lot of them, they're so comfortable with their degree that they don't want to budge. They don't want to research or anything. They're stuck on like old studies and old information, and they never want to budge. Why should I trust some guy who just uses Google? So how do you know I uses Google? How about you check my background first of all, then come back and put a proper comment or ask proper question. If you're using Google as your doctor, then pretty much you're clueless as well, because don't believe everything you hear from Google. And I would never come up here and do a live unless I'm 100% confident with the information I give you. I can't go carnivore because of high uric acid. High uric acid has nothing to do with carnivore. High uric acid is a byproduct of you kind of heavy consumption of fructose. Fructose is what causes high uric acid, not animal products. Jim, thank you. I appreciate you as well. Are you a researcher? Possibly. Do you use Yahoo instead? Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I use Yahoo and I use Google. And what else? What other search engines out there that you can actually search? Oh, there's lots of them, right? How about, maybe you can go to like medical scientific literature and do some research and actually try to analyze the data and try to find, certain studies and understand the outcome and understand, how they're choosing their individuals. So there's a lot to it more than that. Uh, DuckDuckGo. Grok AI. Okay. Now we can start using some AI technology. It'll give me like much faster of an answer, which is incredible. How to solve thyroid problem naturally? It depends. It depends whether it's hypo or hyper. And it's all related to your diet more than anything. Ask Maurice intelligent question and you will realize his knowledge is off the chart. If you're not willing to stop behaving like a sheep, then don't waste our time. We are there to learn. 100%. Thank you for putting that out there, Liliani. I wish people will actually understand that, but you still have that slight percentage where they're a bit behind. I'm healing because of his info, so carry on and troll elsewhere. A lot of these trolls, they have nothing else to do. They like to come on the channel and kind of throw in, funny comments here and there. But at the end of the day, it's them who's having a major issue, major shift with trusting people, or maybe, uh, understanding certain things. And it's funny, most of them are either doctors or heavy pharmaceutical people. Thank you, all of three, for putting that out there. I think this person has had so much false info, it's led to trust issue. 100%. Please listen to all the positive with what Maurice is teaching. Thank you. It's a troll day, modern world. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I always said that when I was younger. No matter where you go, whether you go to like a party or whether you go to like a social event or any place, there's always going to be that. Sorry to say that, but there's always going to be that one asshole who wants to actually go out of his way and make everybody, miserable, or make everybody to kind of, wonder things. And there's always that one person, no matter what, anywhere you go. If hypothyroidism is a problem, you're under eating. Just to give you a quick answer, I'm not going to give you more information than that. My mom is doing amazing off all the cardiovascular drugs and doing great. Thanks to Maurice. That's awesome, all of three. That's great to hear. I'm happy for you and your mom. Grok and other AIs are manipulated. Remember, common sense is not so common. 100%. We just proved this fact with this dialogue with Tro GDC. 100%. Thank you. What are your thoughts on adaptive insulin resistance as long-term carnivore? It appears to be a physiological start that is quickly mediated with fasting or adjusting fat to protein. If you're talking about, having high HbA1c from being on a carnivore diet just because your red blood cells live longer, but the only reason that stays active is because you're not controlling your cortisol correctly. Fasting does help, but it's not about fasting. It's about controlling your cortisol and taking proper mineralization. And the first one, it should always be your sodium to actually cause proper blood volume, but to actually control your cortisol, control your adrenals. So there's nothing to be worried about being on a carnivore or actually becoming insulin resistant. If anybody's going to become insulin resistant, I would have been long time ago. I've been at the carnivore diet for 12 years, and my HbA1c hovers between 4.9 and 5%. And yet I'm eating 2 pounds a day of meat. I eat anywhere between 6 to 10 eggs daily, sometimes some cheeses, some organs such as liver, beef tongue, and I tend to kind of control it. But it's all about, think of the upstream. Your upstream is your ApoB. If your ApoB is above 80 or 90, that means your clearance is not working correctly. If the clearance is not working, eventually everything downstream is going to be affected, from your insulin, from other many things. So it's not about putting more stress on a stressed body. You just have to kind of configure it correctly. And there is certain things you have to add to your diet to actually make sure your upstream is working correctly. So there's a lot more to it than just, worrying about being on a carnivore diet or having issues with long term. The only reason is a lot of people quit carnivore diet is because they don't know how to fix the issue. And a lot of them are self-taught, and if they can't fix it, they just give up and go back to their old diet, or they add more sugar or more carbohydrates to actually balance it. The CIMT test will show soft and hard plaque when you can attract the inflammation. Then you can attract, oh shit's happening again, attract the inflammation, now knowing what is really happening. Well, when you find out you have soft plaque and hard plaque, right? You have calcification. That means, as your body is a defense system where it's actually calcifying the soft plaque, so it makes it more stable. That's one thing. But the question is, how come we keep getting soft plaque? It's not about just inflammation. We have to look at the bigger picture, where that inflammation is coming from. Even thought, let's say you're eating and you're following a good lifestyle, why do we still have inflammation? Is it the source? Is it the food? Is it the clearance? Is it the handling? Is it the bile? Is it the enzymes? So you have to start to question every single thing and narrow it down. And trust me, you will find the answer. But before you try to go after the inflammation, you have to actually fix your main lever. There's about 4 levers when it comes down to heart disease. And if you ignore all of them and you just go after the inflammation, well, you're looking at the inflammation as being the downstream, but your upstream, you're ignoring totally why this is happening. And people will tell you, hey, if you're on a carnivore diet, eat more fat. If you're on a fruit diet, eat more fruits. Well, it's all about handling and clearance. If you can handle glucose correctly or you can handle fat correctly, but your clearance is terrible, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to get anywhere. Insulin elevates, BG elevates, does not affect all people. Well, yeah, blood glucose does not rise the same way in every person after insulin changes or after eating. It's all, again, it all depends on your handling and your clearance. So let's say insulin sensitivity, if someone is insulin sensitive, glucose will move into muscles and liver cells quickly. Blood glucose rises only slightly and returns back to baseline again. But if you have issue with the clearance, and that's where the issue happens, that's where you have the insulin resistance, is because of your clearance. You get the same glucose load, but it's not actually being pushed towards your muscle tissue, for example. What is clearance? So clearance, I do kind of talk about it quite a bit within the school system. So it's all about, so let's say you consume fat, and when you consume that fat, you have to check, well, how's my bile? Do I feel heaviness or do I feel normal? How's my poop? Is my poop floating? Is it liquidy or is it sinks properly? So that will tell us the history of your bile. That gives us information about your clearance. And then you ask yourself, well, how's my biomarker? After doing carnivore for 6 months, what is my biomarker at? If my biomarker is too high on a specific biomarker, I won't mention it here right now, then you're gonna notice that your clearance is not running very good. Then you have to do something about it. It's all about movement. You're gonna allow that clearance, that energy, to actually stay stagnant in your body. Give me a second, guys. I have to open the door for Duke. Hey, Duke, you wanna come in? Come, go, come, come in. Have a seat. We'll go outside soon when the phone is charged. What is the best natural blood thinner? Eat based on your biology. That is the best natural blood thinner. But if we're looking at food-wise, you have fish, You have a grass-fed, grass-finished meat. You have sweat. Well, anytime you eat protein and fat, that's going to be your main essential, and it's going to keep your blood flowing good. But the moment you introduce carbohydrates, now you're going to cause glycation effect, right? So it's all about what you eat. Fluorine poop, well, fluorine poop, that means you have issue with your bile, fat issue. There, now you guys can see Duke. There's Mr. Duke. You guys can ask him the questions. I'll respond from the background. Hey, bud. How's it outside? Is it still raining? Can you guys see him? He's sitting, relaxing there. Mr. Duke. Say hi, Duke. Hey, Duke. No, go back. Go back, sit on the chair. Hey, go. Place. No, I'll give you a treat. Go. Place. Puts. Good boy. Stay there. How often do you train? How often do you train per week? It depends. It depends. Sometimes daily, sometimes 3 times a week, sometimes once a week. It's all based on my recovery. Wait, Duke. I'll give you one. Stay. It's all based on my recovery. If I wake up every morning and I check my recovery and my recovery is below 75%, I do not work out. I just do zone 2. Zone 2 just on the bike. If I wake up and my recovery is about 75, 80%, let's say, then yes, I will actually do some compound training, like heavy compound training. So it varies. It varies on how I wake up, what is my HRV at, what is my recovery. One of the downfall is we end up hurting ourselves is our recovery is not good, and we never really check that. Here, go, I'll get you one. Place. Yalla, place. Up. Yeah? Stay. No, turn the other way. Turn. So put your head on this side. Okay, let's get a treat for Duke. Go, place. Place. Duke, are you looking forward for a road trip this week? Duke, how many trees do you want? You just want one and that's it, and he's happy. Who are you and why should I care? Wait, what? One is enough. No, one is enough. Just one. That's it. What, you want another one? Stay. Dear Maurice, nice to be connected with you. What do you think for carnivore for kids? My 10-year-old son is trying to cope my carnivore. Yeah, 100%. You know, whether it's for kids or not, I do have a couple lessons actually within school as well too, Yan. But yeah, 100% you could. You just make sure they are eating properly and they're not under eating. What, you want one more? Just one. Okay, stay. We're running out of trees. I don't have any more for you. You ready? Go, place. Place. Shiny Wizard, back to previous question. You neglected to answer. No, I haven't neglected to answer. What did you ask? Who are you and why should I care? Well, if you came here to actually understand, you know, carnivore or heart disease or anything like that, then hey, you're more than welcome. If you're not, I guess you can move along. You are an omnivore, don't lie. Yeah, I'm actually a fruitarian. I tend to actually, don't tell this to anybody. You know, behind the closed doors, all I do is shove my mouth and actually just eat a lot of fruits because they are my favorites. I can't stand carnivore, to be honest with you. I am going to have my coffee soon, yes. I am in 5 more minutes. I'm just waiting for my phone to charge up because it was only about 60% when we started. Let me see what it's at right now. Okay, we got about 95%. So I'll unplug it here soon. Coffee isn't meat. That 0.05% of me drinking coffee, that's gonna break me off carnivore. Oh, isn't that a downfall, eh? I definitely do better on strict carnivore, but I am struggling to eat enough and tend to lose much more weight. And any advice? You have to try to kind of consume at least 1 gram per protein per 1 pound of body weight. The only reason you're struggling is because you're still lacking a lot of mineralization. Once your mineralizations are low, your system is not actually functioning to its best. Gradually every time you add protein, make sure you're adding fat. One of the downfall is people will add more protein, but they actually limit the fat. And that's one of the big issue because fat is gonna keep you satiated. Electrolytes is gonna actually cause more of the intracellular hydration properly. Canada, the best place to live for being a natural fruitarian. Canada, yeah, no kidding, right? Like, the nice thing here living in Canada, I have a lot of trees of fruits, as you can see. Let me show you guys outside. So this is how it is outside. It's always snowy and cold, and we grow a lot of freaking fruits. So I have to become fruitarian, right? And that's the only way we can thrive. There's no such thing as carnivore meat eating. How do you improve stomach acid? Here, I'll show you a quick trick. And you tell me if you get it. See this? I'm just gonna have my, I don't know, what is this? About a half a teaspoon? That actually tastes really nice. That's how you prime your gut and you actually fix your pH and enhance your acidity in the gut. So you can see I have a lot of snow, and that's how we grow fruits, right? So I think there's a reason why we should be all on a carnivore diet, most of us. I don't know if you guys can see it outside. It's like raining and snowing. I have my trailer open. It's probably getting wet. I should go close it. Maurice, are spices like cloves, cinnamon more harmful than beneficial? Some of them, they actually are estrogenic dominant. It doesn't mean they are harmful. The thing is, you have to question yourself. When you consume them, how do you feel? Are you still sleeping good? Are you still fully optimized? Do you still have energy, or are you struggling? If any of these symptoms happen, then remove it. If none, then maybe you're not as sensitive and possibly you can handle them. So it's all about how you can handle them. Eat seasonal for your area. Yeah, the only season I have here, every year I get 1 cup of blueberries. That's it. We're gonna run in the rain and go close the trailer. Because it's snowing and raining. Duke, watch out. Back up. So this is where we at. I'll show you guys. It's like we got a lot of rain and snow. Can you please explain what exactly cortisol is and why it keeps us from losing belly fat? Even thought carnivore for a year. Even thought you're on a carnivore in a year, your cortisol still high because you're not fixing your electrolyte. Fix your salt, cortisol will be balanced. Come in, Duke. You want to come in? Connect with me. I can give you as much information as you want, Rock. I want to make my coffee now. Eat snow. Hot cocoa at night? No. I don't do good with cacao. Very high in oxalates. I don't like it. Would it be safe to do carnivore on beta blockers? Yeah. If anything, you're going to probably reduce the beta blocker milligram. I don't know which one you're taking, but yeah, you will actually reduce it by maybe half when you actually go on a carnivore diet because you're not causing any more coagulation or glycation effect. 100% you could. If you want me to kind of walk you through it, Caps, book a time with me or connect with me on school. I can give you a full program to actually wean off the medication, but we have to fix certain deficiencies, and these deficiencies are fixable. Then you can get off the blood pressure medication. When I first started doing the health and nutrition almost about 20 years ago, my first focus was always been on blood pressure more than anything. And it's one of the easiest things to fix. What? I slept too much. My brain is in a joking energy mode. It's a good thing. It is a good thing. How about you answer all the questions, Sandra, so I can take a break? Cacao is not good and not healthy. No, very high on oxalates. Cacao is bullshit, to be honest with you. I would never recommend it for anybody. And there's no flavonoids, there's no antioxidants. All that stuff is like minimal. Doesn't even do you any good. If anything, it's gonna harm your body more than anything. Just a quick drop in to thank you for your generosity and wisdom. Renee, thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for your kind comment. Same here. Blackberries and raspberries, I look forward to. Be careful of raspberries. Very high on oxalates. Also have plum trees and peach, green apple as well. That sounds good. I think the only thing that I'd like from that would be the blackberries. I only have one wild blueberry that grows here. I got about 1 cup every month of July. That's it, 1 cup. Been up for 1.5 hours, did minerals, did walk in the sun, just did push-ups and squats, first cup of coffee brewing, nice. Yeah, I just grinded some. It's nice and fresh, you have to make it, always. I have my little grinder. I'm gonna do a nice little espresso. I'll take the questions. There we go. We're gonna do a nice espresso, and we're gonna put it in a blender. We'll put some butter, maybe MCT. Oh, and I got a little gift yesterday from one of the company. Let me show you what I got. I just I'm trying to put it together. My little bouncer just came in yesterday. It's a heavy duty one, actually. I'll share with you guys the link, and hopefully we can get some discount on it. But I'm doing testing for clearance. Remember when I talk about clearance and movement? So I'm actually testing it on this right now to see the outcome. So when I get the full outcome, I'm gonna share it with you guys. And I think it's gonna be good, and it's gonna be a little bit easier on the body compared to doing, let's say, bike, or certain people that actually work in the office don't have time. I think this will be like a great exercise unit, and I'll show you which one I got, because you can actually change the bands for different level of intensity. What are your thoughts about coffee? I'm making coffee right now. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not a carnivore, but keep in mind it is berries. But the problem is with the coffee, as long as you're not using it as a stimulant, you're just enjoying it because you love the flavor. That's how I do it. Then it's fine. But if you're using it as a stimulant to actually give you energy, then you shouldn't be drinking coffee. Coffee, the only downfall about it, yes, it does actually suppress and reduce some of the mineralization, such as calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, a little bit of your vitamin B1. But being on a carnivore diet, you actually are fulfilling a lot of these missing gaps. So if you are fulfilling a lot of these missing gaps, having 1 cup of coffee or maybe 2 cups of coffee, just because you enjoy the flavor, I'm not saying go ahead and stop it, enjoy it, but do it properly. So most of you guys just saw me, like earlier, I just had almost half a teaspoon of salt before I have my coffee. So this way I'm not actually losing too much mineralization. 1 raspberry bush, my GSD, love to pick the fruit. Nice. Hope to pot blueberry, love my rebound and vibration plate for lymph drainage. Yeah, 100%. And this works really, really good for your clearance. What would you say about Bart K's advice is either wrong, incorrect, or misleading? No, I like Bart K, actually. I listen to his stuff. I would love to actually have a nice little conversation with him. I think he's an amazing educator. And he just straight out, he says certain things the way they are. You know, I haven't really listened to a lot of his stuff, but you know, whenever I get a chance, I do, and I think he has some good things he says. Love mini trampoline rebounder, rebounds, listening to dance music is fun. Oh, that's awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to. I just gotta find a place for it. I have it in the corner right now, hidden, because Duke does not like it. He's not used to it. We just got it yesterday. That's great. Thanks for the coffee advice. I'm making one right now. I love a good decaf coffee for the flavor. It is good. It is good. And you know, if you enjoy the flavor, you enjoy the coffee. Like let's just say you have 1 cup of coffee every day, and you're not using it for stimulant. And let's say that 1 cup of coffee is, what is that? Less than a percent compared to you eating 99.9% meat based and eggs. Like seriously, that's not gonna be an issue. That's not gonna be an issue. And you'll notice a difference. You know, if you end up drinking 2, 3 cups and you feel dizzy, you feel fatigue, because all you did is just, you know, you're causing a little bit more contraction more than relaxation. How do you make your coffee? So my coffee, I hand grind it manually. Then I'm gonna actually make it into an espresso right now. I'm just waiting to heat up. I'm gonna make one right now. Then I'm gonna put it in a blender. I have a glass blender that I bought. And I'm gonna put maybe a little bit of MCT. I don't know if I have any butter. I just looked, I'm out of butter. Would you be willing to discuss your thoughts on how God may view our carnivore lifestyle? Is there any indication in scripture of how he would want us to eat? Yeah, there is, and I'm not gonna mention it because living in Canada right now, they came up with a specific bill that I cannot discuss certain religious anymore, and they're forcing it on a lot of the social media. So unfortunately, I can't. But if you do join my school and if that topic comes up, more than happy to actually respond to that. But right now, I'm not gonna respond on that on here and get myself in trouble. I can't. Would love to, but I can't. Give me a second, guys. So the nice thing is with the blender I got, I tried like 6 different blenders. Finally, I found this one. So when I put the coffee in it, it checks the temperature. If I don't like the temperature, I can actually heat it up. It is all glass, so I'm gonna bring it up to like probably 75 degrees and I'll blend it so it's nice and warm. I don't know about clearance, but the trampoline is a great and quick way to remove nervous anxiety almost instantly. Yes, because of the see, clearance is all about stagnation, and that's why I talk about it lots. Does coffee have to be organic so there is no mold? So how do you know if you have mold? It's whether you drink your coffee and you urinate within about 15 minutes. Because technically, I drink coffee and I don't have to urinate for 2, 3 hours. If you have to urinate right away within 15-minute window, that means there's small toxins in it, and the body's trying to get rid of it as fast as possible. Show your espresso machine. Which one? I just have a generic one that I have. It's just a normal machine. I don't know if you guys can see it there. And this is my blender. It's all glass, so I'm gonna heat it up right now. And oops, we've already reached 80 degrees. I hope I didn't ruin the flavor because usually I like to keep it about 70 degrees. It'll reach 80. Usually, like a good flavor for the coffee is about 70, 72. It's usually like a really good, nice flavor. More than that, you can actually oxidize the coffee and the flavor changes a bit. There you go. Cheers. A little bit too hot, so I have to wait a little bit for it. We overheated it a bit. I've been having smoothies with raw eggs every day for years. Should I be worried about avidin and egg white? No. And it could be low biotin? No. The only reason is some people have issues with avidin based on your digestion. I have it. I cannot have the egg white raw. I have to actually cook the egg white, or else I do have the issue. So certain individuals could actually break it down, certain individuals can't. So it's all based on you. So what I do is I separate the egg yolk and the egg white. I cook the egg white fully, and the egg yolk I actually have it raw, a little bit of salt, and that's it. Is using cinnamon in the coffee okay? It's okay if you can tolerate it, but keep in mind, don't overuse too much of it. It is highly estrogenic. I prime in the AM with salt, sun, red light, rebound 10-25 minutes, have my coffee. I make a tallow lotion, nice, with frankincense and myrrh, and apply to my face with my red light therapy. It works wonderful, and you can use the same stuff. You know, the myrrh with xylitol and baking soda and stuff, and it's good for your teeth. How to treat bile acid malabsorption. My wife is 7 months carnivore, still trying to increase her fat consumption and still gets nausea and diarrhea. If has too much fat, could pylori be cause? No, pylori has nothing to do with it. It's mostly your gallbladder is not used to having that much fat yet, so you have to actually train it. It's like let me give you an example. It's like you go into a gym and you want to lift 50-pound weight, but yet you can barely lift it off the rack, but yet you keep forcing yourself to do that 50-pound weight. Well, technically, we have to start low. Start with 10 pounds and, build yourself up slowly. And that's how you have to do with your bile. So it doesn't mean, if people say you have to eat a ratio 2-to-1 or a ratio 1-to-1, you automatically jump to that ratio. Your gallbladder hasn't been used for a long time. Even though you're doing carnivore for 7 months, you have to build it up slowly. One option you can do, you can either add taurine to help with the conjugated of the bile. You can add or reduce your fat. I would actually reduce the fat in the beginning stages, technically, and based on your poop and based on how you feel. Join us, join the school. We have a lot of students. We'll actually all communicate as one. You'll learn a lot of good, valuable information through the modules. I have the link in my description, and there's a lot of amazing community, and most of the guys here in the chat are in the school. Do you prefer a firm or softer surface? What is your opinion? What do you mean, do you prefer a firm or softer surface? Is that for the rebounder, you mean? I haven't tested it yet. Are some people slow metabolizers for caffeine? Yes, they are. Or is that just because different internal body environments? No, they are different metabolizers of caffeine. For example, some people can drink coffee an hour before sleep and they can fall asleep all night long and go into deep and REM sleep. And some people can actually have coffee at 12 o'clock and be still wired all the way till like midnight. So it's all based on your metabolizer of coffee and stuff. I don't think it's much of the environment. I've done a lot of testing. I had 3 weeks ago, I was doing another test and I drank my coffee half hour before sleep. I never done that before. Never really actually taken coffee before sleep. But I actually woke up quite wired about 2 o'clock. That's when it actually hit me. But no, it is all about metabolizing the caffeine and how sensitive you are. But as well, I don't want to really give much information here, Travis, but I'll give you more information in the school. Your mitochondria plays a massive role in caffeine. And the other thing is, other than your mitochondria, your blood volume. Blood volume plays a huge role in caffeine. So now you can see why I've taken salt before my coffee, at least a few minutes before. And ask me that question again, and I will give you more information on it. I can drink coffee before bed. It seems not to affect me. I don't do it, but I could. Yeah, 100%. You have a faster metabolizer, and it's based on your energy, your mitochondria. On trampoline, the surface question: how long do you do it? Well, technically, you need minimum 10 to 12 minutes per session. Okay, if you're going to be jumping on it. Keep in mind, the one I got here is a bit different than most of them because you can actually change the rubber material that makes it bounce. You can actually, the nice thing about it is all based on weight levels. So whether you want it like really, really stiff where you have to bounce hard on it, or you want it really, really soft and kind of bounce nice and soft. So it does come with two different settings. It is expensive, but the company gave it to me. They're expecting a video from me on that. So I'm going to put a video on YouTube in regards to it. But the only reason I wanted to test it out is in regards to the clearance and in regards to the nitric oxide production. I still have flaky skin behind my ear and face skin with big pores on carnivore. Currently eating only egg yolk, beef, fish. What can I do else? Am I doomed? How long you've had it for? It depends how long you've had it for. It depends on your digestion. Then we have to actually, if anything, I would remove eggs and fish and just stick with beef and see how the body reacts. But when you stick with beef, you have to give your body at least 3 months or so to actually heal itself, because it depends how far the damage is. It's not you're doomed. Nothing is doomed unless it's like physically the structure is damaged. Thanks for the recommendation of taurine. What's the best form and how to take it? There's only 3 manufacturers out there that produce taurine. Make sure it is powder, and make sure you take it about 10 minutes after your meal. And usually it's a good start of 1,000 milligrams for every meal. Maurice, what is your opinion on nut butters? They're garbage. Seriously, they are garbage. If anything, eat them as whole, because as a nut butter, they could be oxidized. Here in Western Europe, hazelnut is the most premium butter. And hazelnut is very high in omega-6. There is a tahini and pistachio butter. Pistachio is very high in omega-6 and very high in carbohydrates. Tahini, the same thing, is a seed oil. I have no problem with them, but anything to do with oil-based, 99% of the time while they are in production, they could be oxidized. So I would ask for certificate of analysis. I would ask for the batch number. I would ask for thorax, I think it's called. I have to check my internet, my information. There's one specific thing. It'll tell you how much oxidization is happening while it's poured into the glass container. They'll tell you all that information. So this we have a pretty good idea. And the way you can tell if it's actually whether it's good or not for you, Yan, you can actually check. You can, let's say, buy the nut butter and use them for, let's say, 90 days. Then check your OX-LDL. If your OX-LDL is going up, that means whatever you're eating is oxidized. Trying to go shampoo free for 12 years with raw eggs, aloe vera, apple cider vinegar. Has been a month on. My scalp is very dry and inflamed and dandruff. Do you have any advice? So if you're using eggs, are fine. Apple cider vinegar is very acidic. You can actually cause damage to the scalp. I would not be using that. The dandruff and stuff is not coming from external. It's coming internally. I don't know. It's coming internally from your gut. So you have some type of reaction, or something is off in the gut that is shedding your skin from the outside. It's not about dryness. I think you're lacking intracellular hydration more than anything. I would recommend Flavor Friends. Join my school if you cannot really afford having a consultation. Join my school. I'll teach you a few things you can actually do. Seriously. And they can get it fixed. Come here, bud. Come here. It's raining hard outside. Thanks, Maurice. I'll put the caffeine questions in school later today. Sounds good. I don't know if you guys still online or not. We lost the signal there. Sounds like it isn't. We just got I hope you guys can hear me. What unexpected ingredients can also cause leaky gut syndrome apart from the well-known ones? Well, it depends on your diet. Depends where you're consuming, and sometimes I always want to question the source of the food, right? What kind of food you're consuming, how many meals a day, how's your sleep, how's your adrenals, how's your cortisol. There's a lot of questions for me to ask. I can't just give you, you're asking me questions, and I cannot give you just a simple answer without digging deeper into the root cause. I hope you guys can hear me. I hope the signal is good. We just got hit with a little bit of a wind, and it seems that maybe it shifted something. Maybe my internet box got shifted. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you guys can hear me. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up, please. If not, let me know. Maybe I can reset it. Let me see if I can hear myself here. Indian one. Please, if not, let me know. Maybe I can reset it. Yeah, I can hear myself. I can read lip talk. I'll manage. Yeah, but we hear some statics. Oh, shoot. Okay. Speed. It seems some of you guys can hear me, some of you guys can't. Is that what's happening? I turned off all the internet on my other end, so it should be working better. I hope you guys can hear. Let me see if I can hear myself. Okay, you guys can hear with a little static. Okay, that's awesome. Good to hear about India won the World Cup. Thank you for sharing that. Well, if you guys are having a hard time hearing me, I'm gonna end the chat, and maybe we can come back again next week. Unfortunately, I think it's probably due to the heavy rain. We have it's supposed to be a sunny day today, but unfortunately, it's not as sunny as we thought. Very choppy. Can't hear you. Okay, guys. I'm gonna end the chat. In the meantime, you guys have a nice, happy Sunday. Sorry, I won't be able to stay much just because of the internet is not working. A lot of you guys cannot hear me. So that said, if you do have any questions, post them on the comments. More than happy to respond, especially when it comes down to arterial flexibility, soft plaque, or you have any specific questions about Q&A about carnivore, we can answer them. You guys take care of yourselves, and we'll touch base.